the 10 most iconic cars in movies. These babies run on four wheels and pure soul, and have inspired generations of audiences to hit the open road. In the same way dogs can resemble their owners, in movies, cars can tell you something about their drivers. But which cars are actually the most iconic in movies? Throughout the 20th century, both the film and automobile industries experienced parallel growth and evolution. Both started out as niche interests until their widespread adoption coincided with rapidly changing lifestyles. As more families bought more cars, that gave them the power to indulge in certain pastimes, like seeing more movies. Along the way, advancing technology and plain old human ingenuity changed the way both things were made forever. The history of movies is simply full of great cars, whether it's due to a movie's sense of romance and adventure, or just the way cars are captured on camera. Some movies have the power to make a specific car desired forever. In a lot of ways, driving an iconic car feels like stepping into the movie yourself. From import tuners driven by punk teenagers to luxury cars driven by handsome spies, these are the 10 most iconic cars in movies. 10. Toyota Sprinter, Torino AE86, Initial D, 2005. In its debut in the 1980s, the Toyota AE86 was favored among Japanese motorsportists for its drifting capabilities. But the AE86 found permanent reverence for its central role in the Japanese anime and manga series Initial D, about street racers who light up the winding roads of Mount Akina. In 2005, Initial D was adapted to the screen by Hong Kong filmmakers Andrew Lau and Alan Mak, with Taiwanese pop star Jay Chou in his acting debut. In Initial D, an aloof teenager, Cho, smokes Japan's most feared racers using his dad's lame car, which he primarily uses for tofu delivery runs. With its plain but versatile black and white colorway and restaurant decal on its side door, the AE86 is a metaphor for Initial D's core message. It's not the engine under the hood that matters, but the driver behind the wheel that counts. 9. 1971. Chevrolet Nova SS, aka Death Proof. Death Proof, 2007. It's a car that guarantees immunity from death. You just have to be in the driver's seat. In Quentin Tarantino's Death Proof, which makes up one half of the Grindhouse double bill with Robert Rodriguez's Planet Terror, Kurt Russell plays a Hollywood stuntman and serial killer who targets beautiful women in his customized 1970 Chevrolet Nova SS for Supersport. With a memorable matte black paint job and a white skull painted on the hood, the Death Proof is like a pirate flag on rubber wheels, with a threatening vibe that feels like an extension of its sinister owner. 8. Audi R8 Model 2008. Iron Man 2000. When the Marvel Cinematic Universe launched with Iron Man, Tony Stark arrived in style behind the wheel of the Audi R8. Appropriately sporty and expensive, the car lives up to the playboy lifestyle of a wealthy industrialist like Tony Stark. Never mind that electric vehicles might better appeal to Tony's technical brain. Born out of a product placement deal for Marvel Studios' first movie, the Audi R8 now enjoys iconic status as Iron Man's car. Anytime Iron Man is in a Marvel movie, you can bet his R8 is parked nearby. 7. 73. Chevrolet Malibu. Drive, 2011. In Nicholas Winding Refn's neo-noir classic, Drive, Ryan Gosling plays a nameless mechanic in Los Angeles whose exceptional driving skills net him work by Hollywood movie studios and the criminal underworld alike. His personal ride is a 1973 Chevy Malibu, which Gosling actually took apart and put back together himself during production. Ironically, Gosling's character rarely uses his own car for his jobs. While that's just logical, that also means the only time audiences see him drive his Malibu are when he takes a beautiful single mother, played by Carey Mulligan, and her son on sun-dabbled afternoon joyrides around the City of Angels. 632 Ford Coupe, aka Milner's Coupe. American Graffiti, 1973. Before George Lucas took audiences to a galaxy far, far away, he took them to his California hometown of Modesto with his movie American Graffiti, inspired by his own adolescence in the 60s. In its story of California hot rodders, the car that stands out from the movie's other Hot Wheels is the now iconic yellow Ford Little Deuce Coupe, belonging to street racer John Milner, played by Paul Le Mat. While the vehicle was bought by a producer from a used car lot, it was Lucas himself who modified it. Lucas loves cars, remember, with his finishing touch being a crude coat of yellow lacquer paint that is now associated with the vehicle. It doesn't matter where you're from, one glance at Milner's Coupe can stir wistful nostalgia for an America that's long gone. 5. 2006 Subaru WRX Baby Driver, 2017. Edgar Wright's propulsive crime-action comedy. Baby Driver, released in 2017, prominently features a vivid red 2006 Subaru WRX driven by disabled getaway driver Baby, Ansel Elgort. In the movie, characters reason that a Subaru is the type of car people have trouble picking out in a parking lot, making it ideal for bank robbers to make their escape. In a case where studio meddling actually yielded good ideas, the car was chosen after Wright was compelled to pass on a Toyota Corolla like he originally wanted. Because the studio asked me if the car could be a little sexier, Wright told the New York Times in 2017. 460 Ford Anglia 105E, aka the Flying Ford, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, 2002. Even wizards can't resist tricking out cars. In the 2002 Harry Potter sequel, Ron Weasley picks up, or rather breaks out, Harry from home to start a new year at Hogwarts. He does so using his dad's car, an early 1960s Ford Anglia that has been illegally enchanted to fly. The car itself descends from Ford's Anglia series, which were made for European and Australian markets. In a 2004 interview with Wales Online, author J.K. Rowling said she was inspired to feature a turquoise Ford Anglia based on a friend who had one and took her on joyrides during their teen years. That turquoise and white car meant freedom and no more having to ask my father to give me lifts, which is the worst thing about living in the countryside when you are a teenager. Rowling said, Harry was rescued by that car, just as the car rescued me from my boredom. 3. 19 section Shelby GT500, aka Eleanor. Gone in 60 Seconds 2000. In the original Gone in 60 Seconds, released in 1974, the prize car Eleanor was a yellow Ford Mustang. For the 2000 remake, starring Nicolas Cage, Eleanor got a sleek and steely makeover that not only appealed to the tastes of a new generation, but rose its own profile in the annals of car movie history. Now in a stunning gunmetal gray, and using the body of a 1967 Ford Mustang Fastback, despite the movie depicting it as a Shelby GT500 on screen, Cage roars all throughout Long Beach in a beautiful beast of a vehicle. 2. 1967 AMC Pacer, aka Mirthmobile. Wayne's World, 1992. Let's be real. The Mirthmobile, which Wayne and Garth drive while lip-syncing Bohemian Rhapsody to kick off Wayne's World, is a butt-ugly thing. It has an odd silhouette that is neither sporty nor classy, while Garth's version looks sick, in like a bubonic plague sort of way, with a pale blue paint job and laughably weak orange flames painted on the mismatched front wheels. But because Wayne's World is a 90s classic, There's no doubt people out there want to rock out in these anyway. In fact, one lucky person gets to. In 2022, the original screen-used Mirthmobile was sold at auction for $71,500. 1973, Ford Gran Torino. The Big Lebowski, 1998. In a famous example of the car matching its owner, Jeff Bridges' The Dude drives an aged, beat-up 73 Ford Gran Torino, which has an extensive Creedence Clearwater Revival tape collection. Like the Dude himself, his Gran Torino doesn't care much for appearances. In its heyday, the Gran Torino was a respected car, popular among men who revered its masculine features, including a strong engine and attractive design. But now, after all these years, life has taken its toll, and this Gran Torino is still trying to hold itself together. While it's totally worn out on the outside, inside there's still enough heart and soul to keep things running. Love iconic cars from American movies? Welcome to the channel where Hollywood's greatest rides take center stage. From muscle cars to luxury classics, we dive into the stories behind the legendary vehicles that stole the spotlight on the big screen. Don't miss out on exclusive content and behind-the-scenes insights. Hit subscribe now and join us on this cinematic ride through automotive history. Let me know if you'd like to refine it further. Refine it.